Better get your fancy glasses out for this one, boys and girls. It's a bit of a momentous occasion. Picture this. It's 2002 and you've just watched the premiere of the second Lord of the Rings movie. The original Sims game is still going strong. Apple has released the second gen iPod.
We're really, really proud of that.
And Nelly was getting hot in there. Nissan Silvia is also due for a warrant. Little did he know at the time, but it would be the last warrant the car would get for over 19 years. It's not like he's been dormant or anything. He's had other cars that have kept him busy over the years, some of which he may still own. And in between that, he's been super involved and supportive of the rest of us.
How far away is your queue, mate?
He's helped on pretty much everyone's car on the channel, some more than others.
The sliders just pooed the box.
But now it's Shane's time, so join us for some sweet S13 content. Just no guarantees it'll actually get finished.
You're a wanker, Corey, it's great.
Alright, so plans today, we have the engine that's been dropped off this morning, gearbox, turbo, oil cooler, intake manifold, baffled sump, all the usual bits. And the original plan was Shane was going to paint the engine bay back to the factory colour everywhere and clean up the little tiny nooks and scratches. But we're pretty impatient and pretty keen to see it in the whole.
Very much so. Make it look good later. Make it go first. I haven't used spray degreaser in a long time.
It looks like this grease has been on there for a long time.
Yeah, at least 18 years.
So it wasn't that long ago that we pulled the SR out of here, the NA one.
The non-running SR, which sat in this engine bay for a handful of years after I couldn't get it running in the middle of the 2000s. Then we pulled it out, well actually we pulled it out a year ago now. We pulled it out last May and was planning to rebuild it, but a replacement was an easier option rather than a rebuild. Sorry, a cheaper option.
And when this package came up for sale, it was a no-brainer to pick it up.
Yep. ECU included, turbo, decent turbo, ECU, decent injectors, tuned and running out of a drift car. Supposedly has a OS Giken twin plate in that gearbox as the clutch in there. Done a few hard Ks as a drift car, but we will put it in and run it and change it if we have to.
Some of the other goodies that came with the purchase was the piping kit. Now this was in a R32, so a SR20 in an R32 drift car, so the piping may not work 100%, but it's there to play around with anyway. Injectors, fuel rail, and good old G4 Plus Storm. So this is one of the earlier generations, not super old, but good for purposes.
She'll be mint as Baz.
She'll be right. So what's the deal with the heater hose? I guess it came from a drift car, right? So he didn't need a heater.
Yep, so that's looped at the moment. I'll probably leave it as is for now, but the hose for the coolant feed for the turbo is possibly torn. It might only be the liner, but no. We'll replace it anyway. We'll just find some replacement for now. Saves me squeezing down the back of the firewall. Didn't even get the line straight. Is that gonna go? Is that gonna go? Is that gonna go? Yeah, well, it's gonna go well.
engine's in. As you can see.
It only took 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it probably did actually.
Yeah, it did.
It was easier getting the hard stuff done than it was the last little jiggle to get it onto its mount. But that's what happens when you don't have a leveler. Hey.
Oh, you're an amateur. We have the motor in. We're just going to finish off the transmission mount, which needs the bolts to the chassis. And we've got a motor in. I'm excited. I'm happy. Thank you, Corey. So we're going to put in this cube shifter. It's supposed to be quite good. It's supposed to be quite smooth. As well as being a shorter throw, but hopefully it's not as rattly or as noisy as every other short shifter for an SR. Fingers crossed. Banging gears soon. I can't even break masking tape with my fingers, I'm so weak. Thank you, sir. Come on, plastic bush.
Still struggling on. The gearbox cross member is pretty much in, but it's always much harder than I remember every time we do it.
So just get that tightened up and then tighten up the engine mounts somewhere down there, and that's a successful day.
Dude. 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 It feels good. Corey!
Fits?
Corey! Look! It's gonna fit. It's going to fit. I don't know if we said, but it's all mounted up, engine and transmission, and now we're just dummy fitting the couple of the easy things. Make sure the radiator fits okay. Checking piping. Looking at how we would run the oil cooler, but that can be another day. It's looking good. Bloody happy. A few hoses to trim, lines to check out, and then probably plumbing, wiring, exhaust. Exciting. Very cool.
Here you'll see that I'm mock fitting up the screamer pipe that came with the engine package. But don't worry, despite my best efforts, Shane just wasn't keen to keep it like this. Such a shame.
That's kind of in the way now.
Hey, that's good, yeah. How's it positioned? Oh, yeah, position down there is good too.
It's not bad. Straight pipe, a little bit more of a cut out of there. It does need more of a downward angle, so that might need to be a 35 down, 45 down.
It looks very SR, obviously, because that's got a weird, it's always had that real weird low down, eh?
Oh, look, I don't care. I'll make
this
it
works.
work, bro.
This,
I'll make it work.
How good does that look though on camera?
I don't know, I haven't looked yet.
It looks great. Well, look at this drifty boy.
Oh my god, wait.
Do something with the oil cooler.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I can't because it just doesn't...
Outside the car.
Oh, hang it off the bumper, right? Oh.
It's looking pretty tough. Get that screamer pipe out the bonnet. Oil cooler externally mounted. Pie cut stainless intercooler piping. If only it was an old school Datsun. Well done.
That's amazing. Pretty happy, really happy. Be even happier in a month or 3 when it starts and drives.
So there you go, another S chassis on its way to realising its former glory. As you can no doubt tell, there's still a lot of work yet to be done on the old girl, so make sure to subscribe to keep up to date. And before you say it, yes, there will be more FC content coming up soon. I can't drink this cheap ass beer. Refuse to work in these conditions.